Hey, BBQ family. Happy Friday, everybody.
How's everybody doing? Happy Good Friday and happy day off.
Oh my!
More importantly,
I gotta say, I don't know about you guys, but there is something magnificent about driving around on the streets on a stat day.
Yeah,
like
even
on a day off.
It was still really busy, surprisingly. The roads are still packed.
Mm-hmm. When I made my way here up to the grill studio, it didn't really seem that busy to me.
I had a look out there. It looked pretty jammed, but it's the weekend. We're here. Everybody's on a stat day. Is Monday a stat day as well?
I don't know. That's a good question, guys. Let us know if you know.
Thank you guys so much for joining us and spending your day off with us, because I know a lot of people are spending this day with family, cooking for the weekend.
Guys, we're BBQ family. Get with the picture here, people. We need you guys here. We got HT in the house. He's saying, let's rock. Love it. We got Lance joining us. And we also have License to Griddle. That's the Griddler.
Hey,
hello.
Guys. Hey, Bat13. We got BBQ Mama hanging out in the chat. How's everybody doing?
James Bearden. We have Grey Dog Leather joining us over on Insta. How's it going, buddy?
Hey.
Nice to see ya.
How's everybody doing? We're going to have a lot of fun today, everybody. We're rocking our Trent gear, and we're going to tell you why a little later on. You're probably like, why are they wearing those shirts? They're not students.
Look, you guys know we will take any opportunity to wear matching outfits. I don't know why. We love it. Yeah. You know how twins don't love that?
I do.
I know. Like we get asked all the time, like probably twice a day in the DMs, are you guys twins? It's like the number one question that we get asked.
And in real life.
Not even about barbecue or food or anything. It's like the number one question.
If you Google Maddie and Kiki, it comes up right after it. Are Maddie and Kiki twins?
Yeah,
is that all people want to know? You want to throw out some grill questions at us?
I know. That's
Fine.
all people care about. But we are, in fact, not twins. We are 2 years apart. I am the older sister. I will say it. And because we're not twins, I feel like that's why we do like dressing similar. Because you know how a lot of twins, they don't like it. They're not here for it.
Yeah, it's cool with me.
I love it.
Hi, Rick. Hi, Saucy Rossi. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Rick. Saucy Rossi. What's up? He's saying, Ayo. Happy Friday, buddies.
All right, guys, we've got a locked and loaded show for you. But before we get going, we're going to talk about who got first on the grill this week. It's a surprise.
New.
It's Hot Tommy.
That 13, where were you, buddy? He got kicked out.
It's
from
a day off.
Only Hot Tommy.
I'm going to say he was sleeping in maybe because it's a day off.
I'm going to say I wasn't really watching the chat, but I'm going to say it was probably still neck and neck. If I know my man Bat 13 and I
It was within a minute.
Oh, okay. Yeah, look. The temp's pointing it out.
Hi, Paul.
Hey, Paul. Paul might
Paul's
be sleeping.
Okay.
He checked in at 6:30, so he might be sleeping now. But Paul, if you're watching the replay, hello. How are ya?
Okay, HT is confirming he was second after him.
We have Lela joining us on Insta, and Flying Finn is saying hello and happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Good Friday. We are so glad that you guys are here with us, taking some time to spend with us on our regular hour that we go live every single Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. We're happy that you guys are here.
Hi, Steve. How's it going? Okay, we got to get the show started the same way we do every single week. This one's extra special because you guys got a day off. We don't have a day off, but I'm going to live vicariously through you. This is kind of like a day off.
When you're an entrepreneur,
you don't get a day off.
You don't get days off, but yet you do. Like it's
like all a day off.
Yeah, it's a state of mind. When you love what you do, you're technically never working.
We're constantly going, how is this our job? But then in the same breath, we're always doing it.
Exactly. But seriously, that cliche, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. When I used to hate my day job, I used to be like, oh, that is complete BS. But now that I actually love what I'm doing, guys, it's a cliche for a reason because it's true.
Exactly. I don't care that we're working today. Yeah. If you want to call this work.
Exactly.
Okay, here we go.
Okay, guys, are you ready? Honey, are you ready? She's ready. She's kicking it off.
Here we go.
Let's do this Trent University style. Let's do this. Friday. Yes, it's Friday.
And I can see our guest dancing in the green room.
I love it. That's awesome. Yeah, guys, we do have a very special guest in the house. You guys know we've been having guests on the show now for a number of months. There's only one rule of our guests. They have to be awesome. Basically, we need a sign back here that says only awesome people allowed. That's just one of the criteria. I'm sorry. If you ain't awesome, you ain't got an invite. Okay?
And she is awesome.
And everybody who watches. If you ain't awesome, you ain't got an invite.
She is awesome. She owns a Canadian business, which is super cool because, as you guys know, we are Canadian.
She's a fellow entrepreneur. If you guys didn't know, this is loud and proud back here. Okay, our Canadian flag created by BBQ Mama.
Okay, so two things super cool. Canadian business. female-owned business.
Mhm.
Okay, no, sorry, 3 things super cool.
Okay, then
and it's a
go
business
down the list here.
It's a business based on pickles. and slash fermentation.
You should have started with that,
Yeah.
pal. You should have started with that, okay?
That is so cool.
So, guys, let's welcome to the show the owner and founder. Her name is Dawn of the Pickled Canadian. Dawn, how are ya?
Hello everyone. Oh my goodness, thank you so much for inviting me. Thank you so much for having me. Thrilled to be here. So
Well,
exciting.
We're so excited that you're here. Like we said, we only allow awesome people on the show, so that's why we were like, we gotta reach out to Dawn. Come on.
You guys are too great, too great.
So, Dawn, tell us, how did you get your business started? We're obsessed with your company. We've tried your products. They're absolutely phenomenal.
And we're not talking just pickles here. We're talking about fermented pickles. That's what is completely different here.
It's under the umbrella of fermentation. So you do tons of stuff. We've tried them. They're awesome. What made you want to start a business like this?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so this goes back. I actually once graduated university, which I actually I majored in history. So nothing to do with business because I can't count. So yeah, that wasn't on the radar at all. But then after some post-grad work and some international courses, I went abroad for a little bit. And yeah, international business was something that was just interested me and it was super cool. So I actually went to Sheridan when I came back from England, and I came back and I went to Sheridan College in Oakville, where I completed a post-grad course in international business. And from there I went for a co-op. And because of my background, I'm Polish Canadian. So I knew about pickles and I knew about pickling. And that's really the only reason why I got the co-op job, because I could answer questions about pickling. And that's how I fell into pickles. So from there, I just stayed in pickles. Really enjoyed it and saw lots, traveled lots, did lots, learned a lot. And about 5 years ago, I decided that I always thought about launching my own brand to promote Canadian grown, Canadian made. So 5 years ago, I said, if I don't do this now, I'm going to regret it.
Mm-hmm.
So 5 years ago, along with the help of fabulous.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, I wanted to know about the pickles.
It was getting so juicy.
It was like 5 years ago. I really just had a passion for
Okay, well, hopefully we can get Dawn back, because I don't know about you, but you know how people are like, I work in finance. Dawn saying I work in pickles is like the coolest thing ever. I want a t-shirt that says I work in pickles.
Yeah, me too. And I wanted to ask her, like, as someone who does a lot of fermenting at home, my question to her was like, how do you ferment on such a large scale?
Oh,
Yes,
she's back.
that's
Oh,
a really good
no,
question.
no, sorry.
She's not back. Okay.
All right,
sorry.
well, guys, let's give her a few minutes because we want her to come back, because that was getting really juicy. But
right.
as you guys know, Key is an avid fermenter.
Mhm.
So, and obviously on a small scale, but that
Yes.
is a great question to ask about how
'Cause
does
I've
she do
always
it
wondered
on
that.
a large scale, because
Yeah.
her pickles are so good.
All right, I'm going to take this off for now. We'll see if we can get Dawn
That wasn't
back.
me either.
The
So
temp wants to
Sure.
clarify that he is not the one who kicked her out. Okay, cool.
Look, that seems like fishy. Okay.
All right, we'll hope that Dawn comes back. In the meantime, we'll continue with the show. If we got to pause the cooking, perfectly fine with me. Hey, Scotty, how's it going?
Hey,
Happy
Scotty.
Easter.
Okay, so guys, let's pull up what.
Oh, she's
we
back.
have her back in the nick of time.
We're in
man.
mid-pickle story.
In the nick of time.
Pickles. I sell pickles. I don't know technology. I'm so sorry. I press buttons. I should press buttons.
Dawn, we were dying. We were like, oh, it was just getting juicy. We lost her.
I do
Okay, she's
apologize.
back, baby. She's back. Okay, so
I'm
Dawn, where are
back.
you?
I'm back. And,
Okay, so-
and so then I wanted to launch Canadian grown, Canadian made, and I didn't do it on my own. I had a fabulous support system, and together with some amazing women and men too who supported me, but just a great community around me. And then the community started to grow, and I entered the barbecue world, and I met so many fabulous people through the barbecue world, and so many great barbecue people who embraced fermented pickles and
Okay,
embraced my pickles and embraced my horseradish. And
Because they're incredible. Oh,
They're
the
incredible.
horseradish. The
Yeah.
horseradish. Oh my goodness, it's fabulous.
So, Dawn, I have a question for you. When we lost you there for a second, I was wondering, as someone who does a lot of home fermenting on a much smaller scale, how do you scale up and ferment. Like I obviously ferment in like a bunch of different vessels that like on a very, very small level, like old fashioned crocks and things with a water lock and everything that you could think of. How do you ferment and get things on such a large scale?
So two aspects here. So any sort of products that I make at home for my family, that's all home stuff. That's all stuff for the house. My products, I work with co-packers. So my products are found in Sobeys and Foodlands and independent grocers, specialty butcher shops. It's quite a bit of volume, right? So for that kind of volume, you need to go big production. Mm-hmm. So because of my years in the industry, in the food industry, I've met some fantastic packers, co-packers, growers who are really in the business of making great quality products for Canadian consumers. So I work with co-packers and I promote our co-packers because we need to mm-hmm. work with the companies that are set up, that have all the health and safety features. Yes. Fermentation is a tricky process, right?
Oh, like, yes.
You're talking about pH levels. You're talking about, high risk. I mean, there's risk. There's risk in any sort of food prep, right?
Yes.
So right. And last thing you want is any form of botulism or anything.
No.
Right? Anything that comes on from something that isn't prepared properly and well and in the right environment. Mm-hmm. Something that isn't tested and checked by food scientists who really know what they're doing. Because really at home, if a batch goes bad, you toss it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
That makes a lot of sense.
When you're dealing with the general public, you need to be a lot more careful. So I work with co-packers who have been second, third generation picklers. They know what they're doing. The horseradish as well. Horseradish comes from Delhi. Cucumbers are grown in Ontario and Quebec, right? Like, yeah, it's a whole industry that I've tapped into that I know well, and they're great. They're great.
So,
great
Dawn, you can get them Canada-wide then, right? Correct?
Not yet. That's next on my to-do list. Right now, my products are found throughout the province of Ontario. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't ship direct to consumer. We are strictly to retailers. And that's because the pickles are a 1 liter jar. Mm-hmm. And they're heavy, right? As you know. So you've got the brine because we want consumers. You need to consume the brine. Don't throw out that brine, right? Use that brine for marinating, salad dressings, so many great things.
Drinking.
Drink it.
Just a little shot of that brine. So good on the gut.
Good for the gut. Exactly. And that's why when you see fermented product and you see the full sour pickles and they're cloudy, they're meant to be cloudy because it's a lactic fermentation process, right? When there's cottage cheese floating on top, no. That needs to be tossed.
Just ditch it then. Okay.
Yeah, that's not safe. So yes. So when it comes down to, fermentation, great for the gut, but you just need to know what you're doing and be careful with it.
Dawn, I think these types of pickles are pickles that they taste so good that I think you don't even need to care that they're actually good for you. Like, sometimes people are just like, oh, I'm all about the flavor. If you're all about the flavor, these are going to work for you. And they do have some benefits that if you don't care about that, they're still working in your gut anyway for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely. And the sauerkraut that we launched in the fall, the sauerkraut is also a fermented sauerkraut as opposed to a vinegar-based pickled sauerkraut. So those are different. Perhaps if you guys do another session on sauerkraut, I'll jump in on sauerkraut as well.
Yeah, we love a good sauerkraut as well.
Especially the ones that are not found in the pantry aisle of the grocery store. That's the differentiating factor. Those are great too. Save that for like a cooked dish, I always say. Like that's fine if you're going to cook it. The fermented stuff, straight up. That's my favorite.
Absolutely.
Well, that's great to know, Dawn. Thank you for sharing that. I just want to know, you said how many stores are your products in right now across Ontario?
So let's go with, it's funny because I say let's go with, because I kind of lost track. Closer to about 350.
That is let's give it up for that. That is incredible.
Way to go, Dawn.
Not on my own. But yes, thank you. It's been a fun ride. It's been great so far. And we can see what tomorrow brings.
Yes. And that's cool because you're right. Anything that is successful like this, no one's doing it on their own.
No.
It takes a village to be successful. And that's very cool that you're shouting out to all the local growers and packagers.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dawn, we are very happy that we have you for our segment, Ravenous Rewind. You're sticking around for this. Today's question is, what is your worst food poisoning story, and what did you eat, and what were the repercussions? Although I feel like we all know what happens with food poisoning.
I think there's universal repercussions, unfortunately.
Yes.
So I actually have, and those of my friends and family who are probably could be watching this podcast,
Hi,
they're
John's
gonna agree with
family.
me and say, yeah, she has a sensitive stomach. I've always had a sensitive stomach, but there was one story that jumped out at me about 10 years ago. Happy-go-lucky. I was leaving. I was in downtown Toronto. Saw a juice bar as they were just coming on the scene and super popular, and I was in my health kick era, and I thought, oh, I'm gonna pull over and grab myself a smoothie with all these funky fruits and vegetables. So I drank it on the way home, came home, barely got into the house, laid it down on the couch, and I thought, like, oh my goodness, I didn't know what hit me. The sweats, the nausea, I laid on the couch. I don't even remember how I got a bucket near me. No one was home. I was by myself, and I thought, am I calling an ambulance? Like, what is happening here?
Wow.
It was absolutely crazy. But of course, being typical me, I thought, well, this can't be happening. I have a banquet to go to tonight. I bought a brand new dress. I got new shoes I gotta wear. No, this is not happening. It was from the smoothie. Like, it had to be, because I didn't have anything all morning, and then I drank the smoothie, which was all raw vegetables and fruit. I thought I was going to die. After many yakety yaks, it was a few hours later, and my husband says, "Are you sure you're okay to go?" I said, "Yes, I bought a new dress. We're going to this banquet." Hopped in the shower, got dressed. A few hours later, I was golden. I was fine. It was, totally.
Okay, so quick turnaround.
At least this had a happy ending here.
Yeah, it's weird because people always think food poisoning is going to be like your soft cheeses, maybe some eggs, like the foods that have a funky smell to them. But oftentimes, it's the veggies. It's the raw veggies, like the bag salad and the sprouts.
I would have never guessed that, though. You don't think, like, when you hear, like, she was in her healthy era, you think you're making a good choice here. I think a juice would do it.
I think something just wasn't washed properly, or do you know what I mean? Wasn't prepped properly prior to being put in the blender. And so I do say that to everyone: whenever you're making or cooking or doing anything at home, make sure you have a clean work surface and
wash it.
And
throw those veggies.
Leave it to a fermentation expert to know how to take care of things in the kitchen. You don't want to give anyone else food poisoning.
No.
Thank you so much, Dawn. We really appreciate you being on the show. If you want to follow Dawn, and you definitely want to, because you're going to want to try her pickles, she's at the Pickled Canadian on Instagram. Dawn, what's next for you? Like, what products are coming up?
What products are coming up? The pipeline always has tons of projects in the pipeline. So what's next? We're working on beets, and I'm really hoping that we can bring the beet project to fruition. So
love a beet. Love a beet.
Right?
Raising the root for the beet.
Yeah, you got to raise it for that.
And I really want to bring pickled beets to the line.
Count us in.
Yeah, count us in, Dawn. We're there for it. We love a pickled beet.
Yeah. The unsung hero of the root world.
Yes.
Right? Underappreciated, and yet such a lovely vegetable.
Yeah. All right, Dawn, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you on.
Especially on the long weekend. Dawn, thank you. Double thank you for being here with us.
Yes, have a great long weekend and have a happy Easter.
Happy Easter. All the best.
Thanks, Dawn. Bye.
Take care.
Happy Friday.
Pickled beets.
Pickled beets, man.
Fermented pickled beets.
Okay, but as a fellow entrepreneur like Dawn is, it's like we were saying at the beginning. You don't take days off when you're an entrepreneur. So technically, I would put money on the fact that Dawn also probably doesn't know that it's a stat day today.
Probably not.
Because when you own your own business, it doesn't matter. And
Hey,
I'm very
TikTok.
proud to say, hey, now we're live on TikTok.
Do
Hey,
we have
guys.
Eva Llama? Where's Eva Llama at? Because we're going to need him to man TikTok. It's a stat day. That's when people get rowdy over on TikTok.
That's right, guys. Okay, so guys, let's talk about the shirts here. Okay,
Yes.
before we get into our recipe, because I have a feeling this is going to be our easiest live recipe that we've ever done. Those are big words, but it's easy, it's quick, it's delectable.
It's good for Easter brunch.
It's perfect for Easter brunch. But before we get into that, guys, we just want to talk a little bit about our shirts that we're wearing here. Okay, so Key and I, surprise, surprise, we went to the same university. Okay,
we took the same program.
We had the same teachers.
We had all the same classes.
Literally, we failed all the same classes together too. So I'm talking to stats, advanced and the original stats.
Yeah.
But guys, we are very, very excited that next Saturday, April 26th, Key and I are both going to be hosting the 50th anniversary celebration of the Trent Durham campus.
Yep. So there's us in a picture outside the campus. We were just there the other day shooting some footage for the upcoming event. So if you are local and you did happen to go to Trent University Durham Region,
they're in the chat. Our friends Trent are in the chat. Hey guys, on YouTube and on Insta.
There are still tickets available. So register by clicking the link in the Trent Alumni Instagram bio. That's how you can get your tickets. There's going to be a donut wall. There's going to be speakers from the school as well as professors. Tons of stuff happening, lots of fun. We're going to be there sharing some of our Trent stories.
Current students will be there. We're going to pretend, and I want to just ask people if they think that I'm in there.
Hey, Darren.
I'm going to go around and be like, I'm a student.
People think we're the teacher. We're one of the teachers. And we went in the other day. Kids were like, who are these people?
I'm like, I go here.
Yeah. Okay, so get your tickets. We're going to be there. I went digging around.
It's going to be so fun.
Yeah. Hey, Darren. I went digging around to see if I could find some old Trent stuff from back in the day. And surprisingly, I do have some.
She showed me. It's quite hilarious. There's some scores that she got on some tests.
Hey, CJ.
We'll be sharing them.
Oh, no. Oh,
We'll
definitely not.
Hey, CJ.
All right.
Okay, so guys, we got to get to the recipe. Okay, it is super, super easy. Like he mentioned, she's tossing stuff around. Lord knows this whole set's going to come down. You guys know she's not one to keep it clean around here.
No, I'm in charge of broccoli. We're making a broccoli cheddar quiche. This is not
mini quiche, guys. Mini quiche. So what we're talking about here is something that you can be serving for Easter brunch. Okay, they're very mini. But you also can be serving this as an appetizer for before Easter dinner.
Or you could serve this once Easter's over, but it's just a great option to have these. What's good about these is that if you do have people over for Easter and they're staying in your house, these reheat really well. So if you're wondering what to make for breakfast and you don't want to be standing at the kitchen making sunny side up eggs all morning, these are a great option.
Really well. They you can eat them at room temperature, and you can also freeze them, make ahead. That's even better. Now, guys, look at how small these are. Okay, so this is my hand. Look at how tiny that is. We're talking mini. Quiche is traditionally served in like a full pie format, but mini makes anything, in my opinion, appetizer.
Yeah. If people want to have like 3 or 4 of them, they can. If they want to have 1 of them, they can.
Mm-hmm.
You can take them out of the pie shells too ahead of time, because sometimes, like if you're serving an appetizer, they say you're not supposed to put it in like a vessel that people can't walk around with.
Exactly. So just take it out. But guys, what we're doing here, so I have our crust, our little crust here. These are by Tender Flake. You're welcome to make your own crust, but I'm sorry, having these on hand is what is going to make this super easy. Mm-hmm. So this is a step you cannot skip. Okay, so what you guys saw me just do there was use a knife and put some little pricks in the bottom of the shells here. Okay, if you don't do that, he will say that it will Yorkshire pudding.
It does.
He's using that as a verb.
You know what? Everybody knows what that means. It'll shoot up like a Yorkshire pudding. And I'm speaking from experience. If you think that, oh, this is just like a
look, I've had that happen. I've had that happen too.
Yeah, you have to do that. Because it does happen. I don't know, something about the steam getting trapped in the bottom.
Yes. So guys, if you can see, I'm going to hold that right up to the cam. You look at those little pricks. That took me 2 seconds. That's all we do. CJ, yes, little prick. Okay. He's calling out. Guys, as usual, keep it clean, people.
Okay. Tom's saying you had me at cheddar and broccoli.
Yes, Tom. Yeah. Tom, this is going to be so easy and so delectable and so simple.
Hey, Macedonian King, they're saying happy Easter greetings from Australia.
Hello.
Hey.
And Steve is preparing fresh bread right now. Oh, that's going to be absolutely incredible.
Okay, so I'm just chopping up our broccoli. You'll notice this is not even a full head of broccoli. That's why this is
so inexpensive.
Yeah, very economical recipe.
All right, so guys, as Key does that, I'm just gonna get our these are prepped and ready to go. That took me like literally 1 second to do that. I'm gonna get those into the air fryer. We're cooking these at 400 degrees. You gotta pre-cook them for 6 minutes.
Yeah, otherwise they're just gonna get soggy on the bottom. What I was gonna say is I always have those in the freezer because then if you say you want to make like quiche, you can mix up the fillings. You don't have to do all broccoli. You can do other veg that you have lying around. Now, while I continue to chop these up, can you please share your worst food poisoning story with everybody? Because I know it, and I know you guys are going to want to know it. I have food poisoning stories, but nothing like Flirty Murdy. Flirty Murdy spent a summer where she had it like 3 different times.
I had it like 4 times.
I don't know what was happening, but you had it a lot. Now,
guys, food poisoning is luck of the draw, okay? It really is. I'm not going to name any names about where, in fact, I was dining, but all I have to say is that I'm not going to name names, but I will say the worst time that I ever had, I visited a Mexican food truck.
Oh, I wasn't thinking about that time.
Oh, I was thinking of that time. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not naming what it is, but Mexican food truck. And the sad thing is that it was incredible. Nothing tasted off. I got a mixed chimichanga, so it was half beef, half chicken. Which even maybe that in itself, maybe, I don't know. But it was so tasty. And like Dawn shared, food poisoning is like instant.
Yeah, it is.
I ate it. I consumed it. I drove basically 20 minutes. It was like a 20-minute drive back to my house. And
thanks, Will.
Instantly.
For a super chat. Thank you. We appreciate it, Will.
Thanks, Will. Happy Good Friday.
Hey, Alistair.
Instantly, I felt it. My guts were churning, and I was like, exactly like Dawn. I was like, "Am I gonna make it, man? I don't know if I'm gonna make it home."
Okay, so the last time I had food poisoning was also from a Mexican restaurant. Name we're not gonna say.
No,
same
we're not.
thing. I could barely made it home, but that's not what I was thinking about. I was thinking about
name a time, pal, because it's been a million.
I was thinking about that time that everybody was making fun of you for ordering or for getting sushi in an all-you-can-eat buffet in a different country.
See, it's happened multiple times.
And that was that the same summer? No, that wasn't. That must have been a different summer.
It was a different summer. It was a different time. And I just haven't learned, guys. I have not learned. I take food risks. One time I ordered mussels at a restaurant that was attached to a gas station. So don't do that.
What?
And you know what? I made it out okay with that one.
Oh.
So you never know, people. You never know.
Happy Easter, Darren. Same to you. Hope you're having a great Easter Easter
Hi,
weekend.
Darren. We got Gary in the house saying Happy Good Friday, everybody. We got Mike Bierman in the house. We're happy that he's here. He said he's not feeling that well today. And don't forget to, he's still being a sweetheart. Mike Bierman, we hope that you're feeling better.
Yeah, what's wrong,
That
Mike?
sucks. Hopefully you can take some time this long weekend to feel better. We got Becca joining us. Hi, Becca. We have Art joining us. We have Kathy. She's back, baby.
Hey,
Kathy hasn't been here for a little while. Kathy, we missed you. She's saying, happy to be back with you.
Okay, let's see here. Saucy Rossi is saying, that's a wild place to order mussels.
Guys,
I know.
I take chances with my food.
I don't know why she does it.
Who else is adventurous with the places that they order stuff? Because you think I would have learned. But I have not.
Yeah, but you never know. Like I was saying, it does seem to be a lot of the time the fresh stuff because I thought I was immune to food poisoning, not eating like meat and other stuff that you think would be getting you food poisoning. But I still get it.
I didn't think a juice bar would be a culprit of food poisoning.
Do you remember a long time ago there was a company that gave a lot of people, like I think it was it could have been like E. coli or whatever.
Yeah.
And it was a juice. And
yeah,
people,
you gotta be careful. You gotta be careful. Okay, so guys, I'm going in. I'm making up our custard that is going to go into the quiche. We got our friends Cluck and Squeal in the house.
Hi, David.
We're using savory spicy. If you're wondering how spicy is it, it's not very spicy at all. I think it's a 1 out of 10, in my opinion. It's just very, very flavorful. And guys, we're gonna go in technically with I'm gonna even put more in there. We're gonna go in with a lot because that is what is seasoning the inside of the quiche. Okay, we're gonna go in with some cream and we're just gonna give that a little mixy mix. Is anything that you have seen here today so far difficult in any way?
Okay, I got our broccoli ready to rock and roll. I've cut it up very fine because since these are mini, we're going to try to divide this up among. You don't want large chunks of stuff.
That's exactly what I was looking for here.
Yeah,
very fine.
We don't want a large amount in there. How's everybody doing in the chat? Gary is laughing at something HT said. I must have missed that.
All right, guys, we're just going to give this a little bit of mixy mix here. Key, we need you to, you can actually put that over to me, just put that off to the side because we need you to get onto the cheese.
All right.
Okay, so guys, these are going to be coming out in 1 minute, but it doesn't get easier than this. I don't know if I would be doing this as people are coming, like if I was hosting an Easter, which I am not this weekend. Because our family, we have 2 members of our family who work shift work. So we're going to be doing Easter a different weekend. But if I were hosting a gathering, something like this, I would definitely be making ahead of time. That's the key.
Okay, so I'm going to do the cheese on like the fine side because I don't want large chunks.
Steph. Okay, I'm going to pull these out.
Right.
And they're already ready to roll.
So what's everybody making for Easter? And who are you doing your Easter celebrations like tonight, this weekend? When does the Easter bunny come? Like what day of the Easter weekend is the Easter bunny expected to come? Oh, those are good.
Or who's hosting? Yeah, guys, let's take a little look here. Those didn't Yorkshire. Didn't Yorkshire pudding.
No, and that's how dark you want them because otherwise if you just go ahead and add the eggs right in, they will get soggy on the bottom and the bottom never crunches up.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we have a little bit of a
okay, hang on.
dilemma here.
Yeah, I'm
trying to get the broccoli in here because we got some quiche to make here. She's doing it.
I think it's going to be too much broccoli.
That's okay. That's all right. You don't, like most things, you don't want to overload this. Okay, so that's all we're doing. That's why this is a very economical recipe as well. So if you were in charge of an appetizer this weekend, and you're on a budget, which who is not on a budget these days, then make this recipe. Very minimal cheese. There's only 2 eggs in this recipe, a little bit of half and half. You can use milk, but I definitely love, that was perfect. I definitely love a half and half in this. We got Clock and Squeal in the house saying, love it, ladies.
Oops. Okay, so we're just gonna, I like a nice fine powdery cheese for this. And that is quite a bit of broccoli extra, so you can make a lot more of these.
And that's quite a bit of cheese. I think that we might have done a little bit too much cheese, but that's okay, guys. No one ever had an issue with too much cheese.
Okay, we've got Single Farmer over on TikTok saying, hi, ladies, I am single and hungry. Well, we can help you out with one of those things.
And leave it to Key. We're not going to say what. Okay, guys, I am going to put a little bit more broccoli in there.
Okay, hang on.
Let's take a risk here. Let's just put a touch more in there.
Stop governing my broccoli. I will put a touch more in there.
Guys, my little sister, everybody.
There we go.
And you know what? Sometimes I am proud to admit I'm 2 years older. It doesn't give me any credit.
I was like, what's hot over here?
It doesn't give me any credit with Key. She definitely acts like the older sister. Let's be honest.
No, she doesn't.
Yes, she does.
In some ways.
Are you kidding me, buddy? In most ways.
Wait. This one needs more.
I'm scared. Did we overdo it?
Yeah. And then the cheese, that's going to be too much.
Okay, smell this. Even just the filling with the cluck and squeal.
Oh,
savory spicy.
That is going to be good.
Oh, heck yes. Okay, so guys.
Hey, Art Harris in the chat.
Hey, Art. How are you, buddy? Guys, so what we're going to do here is a nice, slow drizzle. Let it settle, okay? Nice, slow drizzle, and then we're going to come back and let it settle. You can just drizzle right up over this, and we want to keep this nice and tidy.
Okay, our cheese is ready whenever you would like it.
Okay, you're a record speed shredder.
Hey, Amy.
I hate that job.
Hey, Carrie. Oh, it's our friend Carrie over on TikTok. How's it going?
Hi, Carrie.
Carrie, nice to see you. Are you off today or this weekend?
Okay, so can you guys see that? Look, now we're going to go back in.
All right.
A little bit more egg here. As I'm doing this, let's get Key to pull up a question from the bread box of questions. Who's ready to dive in, everybody?
My hands are kind of gross, though.
Wash them up, pal. Wash them up, bro. Remember bro last week?
I'm not going to wash them. I'm just going to wipe them.
Ew!
I got to come back and do cheese.
I can do cheese. Please wash them.
I'm not washing them.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't make me.
Okay, guys, we have some runoff.
All right.
I got 2 ahead here. We have some runoff here. Let it lie, okay?
Okay, here we go. Who's ready to hear the bread box
I'm
question.
ready. And
Okay,
then
something's happening here.
Yeah, I got too excited here with the filling, but that's all right.
Okay, what was the ringtone song? What was your ringtone song back in the day? And this is from @TempleBarbecue82.
Ooh, give it to us again.
So, like your first ringtone, it says, "What was your ringtone song back in the day?"
Let's go first.
Mine was Salt and Pepper, Push It.
I remember that.
For years.
I do remember that.
Do you?
Solid
choice. Now every time I hear that song, I think, can I put the cheese on?
Hi, Uncle Chico. Okay, I was gonna do it, but
No.
yeah, let's do it.
Is that too much?
Look, we already went over with the eggs here, guys. I said I want to keep this nice and clean. It ain't gonna happen.
All right.
Yes, guys. So Key's first song, for her ringtone. Guys, ringtones. I don't know about you guys, but ringtones used to be very important.
It's
back in
weird
the
because
day.
now you can change them and I don't.
I know. Does anybody have a song anymore as a ringtone?
Yeah, I don't know. You can. Obviously, phones have the capability of doing that, but I don't.
But I don't think anyone cares. Everyone's always on vibe. My phone is never like really loud. It's always on vibe. But back in the day, I would be like speaking of university, I would be in university hoping my phone would ring because I actually wanted to disturb the class with my song because want to know what mine was? Do you remember what mine was? That's rude. I remember yours and you don't remember mine.
I don't remember yours.
I had two. So my first one was Bryan Adams, Summer of '69.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
and then back in.
Yeah, let's just have Key do everything.
Yeah. What else is new? Oh, that's hot.
Here, buddy.
Okay.
So Summer of '69 was my first one, and then my followed shortly by Flock of Seagulls, I Ran.
I don't remember that one.
Yeah, I was ahead of my time because that was definitely not a song from our generation. But I don't know what made me go with those two, but I loved them. And every time I hear them, they remind me of my ringtone.
Okay, single farmer saying there was only one ringtone with a rotary phone.
That's true. That is true.
Okay, HT's back. He lost internet.
Hi, HT. We're happy to have you back.
Tom is saying, I never use music as my ringtone. I used to set it for certain people. My boss, I had the Friday the 13th music, and a coworker, I had SpongeBob laughing. BBQ Pops does that.
What?
Different ringtones for different people.
Yes. Yeah, he does. I don't even know how to do that.
No, I don't either. Okay, I have a giant mess happening over here, everybody.
Tom, that is awesome. Our friends at Trent are laughing at that. We have Uncle Chico saying this song isn't for everybody, only the sexy people. Is that a song?
It sounds like it.
Uncle Chico, I don't know that one. And he's saying, did you leave a message on their answering machine with the song playing in the background? You did that.
What?
You didn't leave a message. Guys, did anyone do this? One time, I forget which song it was, but I thought you were so cool that you did this. You just picked a song as your answering machine.
Yeah, everybody did that.
I
didn't invent that.
I thought you were so cool. What song was it?
I don't know.
I don't remember, but I remember you doing that, and I was like, damn, why didn't I think of that?
All I remember is Push It. Salt and Pepper for the longest time. And now every time I hear that song, it reminds me of that. That was a very long time ago.
Yeah, I know, me too. It's forever. That song. Kathy is saying, I remember when my son's ringtone for me was Stewie from Family Guy going, Mom, Mommy, Mommy. That is such a good one.
Cam is saying me too for text. My kids complain, but I know who is texting me. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. BBQ Pops has it, and it is whenever his goes off when we're in like social gatherings, it's irritating. Like to hear everybody. There's so many different sounds. It's like, I don't know why. It's just a lot of noises.
I think it's cool. If I knew how to figure that out, which I obviously could just look into.
That would take 10 seconds to figure that out.
I know. I don't know why I'm acting like that's so hard. But I feel like if I did that, it would be better because then you just have it. You're like, oh, that's like whoever calling or that's whoever texting. I think that would be cool.
Okay, I'm going to clear
Art
out.
is saying I had the song Lowrider. Yeah, let's get to some cheers to the weekend, guys. Some people are already on weekend. I'm so ready to cheers to the weekend. And I'm so excited to find out what he has for us going on for cheers to the weekend. Thank goodness she is actually washing up. Honey, I'm going to switch you. I'm swap your area out.
I can't be cheesy for doing cheers to the weekend.
No, she cannot.
All right, so how much longer do the quiche go in for after you've added the filling and the cheese?
Yep. So they go in. I don't know if you guys caught that, but I almost forgot to put my timer on. They go in at 400 for 12 minutes, around 12 minutes, depending on your oven, or until nice and golden brown.
12 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, they're already bubbling.
Yeah. So
okay.
let's get to cheers to the weekend.
Okay.
I could so go for to wet my whistle.
All right, here we go. It's time for a non-alcoholic beverage that is good for breakfast. This would be a really nice addition to a breakfast.
With these?
Yeah, why not? You could have it as a breakfast. You could have it as like a snack, or good for kids. Leave it to me to make something that's good for the kids. We're making a mango maple lassi. So if anybody doesn't know what a lassi is just a yogurt drink.
Ooh.
And, okay, so let me just get all our stuff out because it's chilling in the fridge still.
Okay, James Bearden is saying Willie Nelson on the road again since I was always going somewhere and driving my life away by Eddie Rabbit on the second phone.
I love that
Cool
song.
picks, James.
Yes, James.
That is amazing. And Gary's throwing out a trivia question. I love it. And I don't know it, surprisingly. He's saying, name the band for the song Lowrider. Does anybody know?
Oh, that's going to bug me.
Me too. It's on the tip of my tongue. Temp, do you know it?
No clue.
Okay, that Eddie Rabbit song, James, was on my playlist because last summer I went on a road trip to Nova Scotia and that Eddie Rabbit song was like every other one. I was like, crank it up.
It's a classic one.
Yeah, it's such a good one.
Barbecue Mama letting us know she's never had a ringtone for her phone, which I'm not surprised about that.
What?
I remember I can't picture Barbecue Mama having a song. Okay, Art Harris, Kathy, our music people in the house, they're both letting us know the band that sings the song Lowrider is War. And they didn't even hesitate.
All right,
okay?
wow,
they
that
didn't
really
even hesitate. That is awesome, guys.
Okay, so to make a mango lassi, we've got all our ingredients here. We're gonna do 4 little ones for me, Maddie, and we're gonna and the temp, and we're gonna give one to Barbecue Mama when we see her later on. Okay, so we're gonna start out by adding. This is
better make mine a touch bigger.
Well, we'll see. We'll see about that.
Yeah.
All right, so this
I'll
is
keep an eye on it.
frozen mango chunks. Very economical. You can get these in the grocery store. Don't buy fresh mango, and it saves you having to peel them, wait for them to ripen up.
Who doesn't love a bargain these days?
I buy these in a giant, like a giant bag for smoothies and stuff. But the thing about a mango and adding it to smoothies is if you add too much, it really solidifies. I've learned that the hard way. Like if you add too much mango, it's not like any other fruit. Mango really turns into like a gelatinous sludge.
Ooh, good tip. Because sometimes you know how like they say like more of something isn't necessarily good. Because I would think like add a lot. No. So this is a mango maple lassi, so we've got to have some ripe mango. It's frozen though, so because we need this to be nice and cold. So don't defrost it. Single farmer said I'm allergic to mango. Sorry about that, buddy. Could you throw in a pineapple?
You could do a pineapple lassi, yeah.
Could you do a peach?
Any fruit would be fine. We're going to talk about what the secret ingredient is and what makes this different than just a regular smoothie. Okay, mango going in the blender. This is going to be loud, so that's why I'm keeping this off to the side here.
Watch out, TikTok. You're going to get an earful in a second.
Yeah, but I'll give you a warning, okay? All right, so our mango's in. We've got some coconut milk yogurt that we're going to add in. This one's really, really nice. It's nice and thick because sometimes plant-based yogurts are like not really that thick, but this one's nice. Look at the texture in this one.
I love that one.
Like sometimes,
is that also a little one that comes in the jars?
Yeah.
I love those jars. I keep those jars. If anything that I ever own comes in a jar, I keep it. Who's with me?
I know you do.
Pickles.
You're like the knick-knack
olives. I have
queen.
like jars of all sizes. Guys, look at this. This used to be a little ketchup jar. Okay, I keep it.
Recycle it, man.
No,
Recycle it.
No.
Okay, so this is the plain one. You can get a vanilla one. I prefer plain because there's no added sugar. We're all watching our sugar intake these days. Get the plain because then you can govern your own sugar. And since we're going to add some maple syrup, we don't need like triple the amount of sugar.
I also love going with plain because it's versatile to do savory dishes as well.
Yeah, you don't want to start off with tzatziki with some vanilla yogurt.
No, and I will have you guys know, honey, I don't know if you've ever done this before, and I'm guessing that you probably did. If you're wondering, like, well, I'll just throw a little vanilla in there. Vanilla is so like mild in flavor, it's not going to really taste like something especially if you're making a tzatziki. I've done it, and yeah, it does taste vanilla-y. It ain't right.
Yeah, it does. Okay. TikTok, Evil Llama's clearly not here. TikTok getting rowdy.
Oh no.
Okay, I'm gonna put this away. The rest of that container, if you're wondering about amounts, that's like 3/4 of a cup.
See, and I will. Is that the end of that?
That's the end of that.
That container. Well, then I will be
here we
taking
go.
that home with me as well because I also keep these.
Start
for
some seeds. I was gonna say start
for
some
seeds, guys. If anyone has started seeds lately, because it's seed starting time in our neck of the woods, These are perfect to use for seeds.
Wait, I
This
got a
is
better tip.
free, okay?
I got a better tip.
So don't make fun
Give
of me.
me
I'm not recycling things, pal.
Use this for seeds. But what I did last year, and I had so many of them, cut off so the top comes off. You could use that as like a little dish to
I
hold
know what you're
water.
gonna say.
Cut off the bottom, and then cut this into strips. And then on the inside, you can write like basil.
I've done that.
And you got your own free like
Yes.
plastic.
You just need a
labels.
marker. You obviously can't write on there with like pencil or pen, but you just need like a Sharpie.
Yeah.
I've done it, and like, you know how you can get those little cute label like markers from like the dollar store or whatever? Why? This is free. You already own it. This is going home with me, pal.
All right. Okay. So just before the show started, the temp was talking about his vitamin B12. We were talking about sources for vitamin B12.
Guys, we're all family here. What is everyone low in, vitamin wise?
We got your B12 sorted out, everyone. So we were talking about fortified milks. This is a soy milk, but this has been fortified with vitamins. And for everybody who's like, oh, if you just drink cow's milk, you don't have to have it fortified. FYI, cow's milk has also been fortified. Just so you know.
That's why, guys, fortified products are good for you. That's
so
a good thing.
vitamin B12, 42%. In a cup. So we're going to add some in. This is also unsweetened. Okay.
We got Fritz Frank in the house. He's saying happy Easter. Fritz Frank, thank you for joining us on the Good Friday. Are you off today? Is Marianne off today? Let us know, guys, if people are working and still watching. Because props to you guys if you are.
Okay.
We got Walter in the house. I'll find a use for it. Guys, I love keeping things. Okay. I do.
Those are good for bird feeders.
Okay.
Cut a little hole,
guys.
Put some seeds in the bottom.
From fortified milk today. From fortified milk to a bird feeder. Like what kind? Like just put like some seeds in here.
Yeah, look, you just
and then put it upside down.
No, you cut a hole in the top to hang it from like
Why
a tree.
are we being Martha Stewart today?
Cut that out. Put some seeds in the bottom. There you go.
I am keeping this. Thank you.
All right, maple syrup, fresh from my farm from this year. This is the good stuff.
Liquid gold, baby.
The thing that covers the top got sucked in because when you process this, it gets really, really hot and then the lid stays on, but it got sucked in.
That's not a floater, guys.
Cares?
Remember how Dawn was talking about stuff that's floating on? That's not what that is. So don't worry, even though that's what it kind of looks like.
Okay, we're gonna add in some maple syrup.
Fritz Frank letting us know they are both off, and we lost track of time and didn't realize it was 12. Well, you know what, guys? I don't want to know what Fritz Frank and Marianne were doing. Okay?
It's a vacation day, hanky panky.
Little bit of afternoon.
It's not afternoon yet, man.
Yes, it is. It's noon. Oh my goodness.
Okay, this
Fritz Frank's like, why do I show up here?
Okay, this is the last ingredient that we're gonna add, and it is a must-have if you're making a lassi.
Ooh, I'm gonna smell that.
This is ground coriander, and it's what's gonna give you that little je ne sais quoi that takes us from a smoothie to more of its own beverage.
Why does that smell more like perfumey than like a regular coriander?
It's just an organic ground coriander.
I think I need to replace my coriander. It's very pungent.
Now, don't go too heavy on this. We're not making a curry, okay?
Art and Marisol.
Just a little bit.
I thought this was a family show. Guys, on paper, technically this is a family show, but you guys know it ain't us that makes it go off the rails every single episode, okay?
Okay, so like a quarter to a half a teaspoon for this amount because we're making 4 drinks. Just, you don't want to go too much because it is very perfumey. So we're going to add that in.
James Bearden is letting us know his grandmother saved every jar when she can. She poured food grade wax on top to seal. She loved to save the wax to melt and reuse. Guys, that's what everybody did back then, okay?
Yes.
People don't, we're joking around about like saving stuff and whatever, but that's why people did it back then. It was economical, it was smart, and Key's gonna blast you away. Watch out, TikTok!
Yeah, hang on, TikTok.
All right, I'm pulling these out.
Okay. All right, I'll just block my microphone. Oh, yeah. That's going to be good. Okay, Gary says he's got to do a checkup soon because he's been focusing on his wife. Gary, we get it.
Gary.
Don't forget your own health, though, Gary. Check your B12.
Hey, honey.
Okay.
I'm not trying to burn you here. You're still getting over a burn.
All right, that should be good. Oh, those smell spectacular. Oh yeah, those look really great.
Oh, you just scared a kitten.
Oh. Sorry, Scatta.
Sorry, everybody. Okay, guys, check these out up and close. It's key up close and personal here. Look at how quick those were. If people, and like he said, this doesn't have to be broccoli. You got a little red pepper nib in your fridge. You want to throw that in here? Why not? Quiche is the perfect way to use up veg that you need to use up. Okay, so I think that's like, I love a Brocco cheddar, but if you got peppers, throw that in there. Even like a little bit of a pickled element, like
We
a
didn't
pickled
overfill
jalapeno.
them.
No, well, look, yeah, we kind of did.
Yeah, but I like
and when
that
I say we, I mean me.
I like that they're filled though.
I know, yeah, they're nice and poofy.
All right,
Those are
who wants-
scalding hot though.
Leave them for a second. Who wants to see
Our
the
friends at
lassie?
Trent, they're saying those look so good. I want to see, yeah, let's see what this lassie's looking like.
Okay, so here's what we got. It's rich. It's creamy. It's
Oh my
nice and
goodness.
frothy. Actually, I gotta hold off here. We gotta just divvy this up evenly.
That's fine. I get the first. That was the most one that has the most in it.
Well, I think
Called
this is gonna
it.
work out.
Guys, everybody knows calling it rules. Okay, what is with this? Guys, what is this from? Captain Ron is joining us. Hi, Captain Ron. He's saying, ladies, real men definitely eat quiche. HT also wrote that.
There's
What
a
is
book-
that from?
Because there's a book from the 80s that is called Real Men Don't Eat Quiche, I think.
Why
That-
would that ever be a thing?
But I don't know what it's about.
Look, I love that Captain Ron is loud and proud about it. He eats quiche. HT eats quiche. Who doesn't eat quiche, okay?
Oh yeah, that's gonna be good.
Can I get, okay, buddy, perfect pour and all
There's
that.
a tiny little bit left in there. That's chef's portion. I'll refill mine. Okay, so that's what we're talking about. This is not, how is this, like, this is perfect for
Where's the garnish?
breakfast.
Where's the garnish,
There is
bro?
no garnish. Don't bro me, man.
I did that for Joey. He's in the chat.
You can do a little bit more cardamom on the top, but a lassi is just as is. It doesn't ever have a garnish.
Oh, it doesn't?
No, if you order a lassi in like an Indian restaurant, this is how it comes.
Interesting.
Just like this. Aside from single farmer who is allergic to mango, tell me that mango is not one of the most spectacular fruits on earth.
All right, guys, let's raise our glasses. We want to know, what is everybody cheersing on this long weekend? What are you taking a little sip of right now? Keep poured this.
Wait, you go higher than me because you're older.
Can we stop pointing out that I'm older?
No, you have
like
to.
8 times today?
Wait, go higher so people can, when you're higher, when you're older, you're supposed to go
Is
higher.
that true? Or
Yes.
is that just you trying to like
No, it's
out
bad
me
luck.
again?
It's like a respect thing, bud.
Oh, yeah, fine. Then you do respect me. Give us a taste.
It's crisp. It's creamy.
Mmm.
Delicately sweetened. A little bit of the cardamom.
I was just gonna say a touch of the cardamom.
Let me see if the temp. I don't know if the temp never wants my drink.
Becca
Let's see if he
is
wants
into
it.
this. She said mango is pretty bomb. Agreed. Cheers, guys. Cheers, everybody.
I want to see if the temp likes it. He never likes what I make.
Ugh.
What?
What? Are you joking?
How is that bad in the least bit, buddy?
He's nuts. The temp, that's a no-go. He ain't into this, but I am.
That's also
I
coming
want
from
his.
someone who eats ice cream every single day. Okay, sorry that it's not ice cream. HTZ, sprinkle some cinnamon. You could do that too.
Cinnamon would be spectacular in
Mm-hmm.
here. Okay, the temp is really not
No, I don't like that
he's
one.
really not feeling
What?
that. Okay.
It's so nice. Is it not so nice?
I think it's amazing. It's a perfect texture.
What a child.
Perfectly.
Get a palate, man.
And on that note, we might have to be hiring again sometime soon. So if you guys want to be
Oh.
working with us shortly producing the show, you can get some disrespect coming from Key. Like
I
she
don't
just
want-
give to the tent.
I don't want him to leave.
I don't want him to leave
I'm not
either.
leaving.
Well, we don't have him forever, guys. That's why he is technically known as the temp.
Oh, that's
But
good stuff.
but yeah, this is spectacular.
Mhm.
Really, really good.
I think rum would help that for sure.
It doesn't need
Mhm.
help.
Rum would be really good on there, but it doesn't need it. Tom saying, wow, someone call HR on the temp. Gary throwing out a tried and true hashtag pay the temp. And Becca saying, yeah, ooh, rum. Yes.
Okay, please serve these up. Oh,
Okay.
they went down a little bit.
They do as most things with egg, they puff up and then they puff back down. And Marisol described a quiche perfectly. I'm going to show you guys the ones that we already have here because they're removed from the tins and they're not scalding hot. So Marisol described a quiche as an omelet in a pie crust.
Yeah, exactly.
That is what it is.
Yes.
So whatever, if broccoli cheddar ain't tickling your fancy, You can put whatever you want in there.
I think they look spectacular.
You could make a Western one, a Western quiche.
Hey, Jan.
Janimal, what's up, buddy? Okay, so this is how they look like when they come out of the tin. Look at, guys, golden brown, absolutely incredible. I'm going in.
Okay, Tom's saying they use coconut yogurt. Not sure how much flavor it has. It doesn't have that much, Tom. This is don't listen to the temp. This drink is spectacular. If you wanted to use regular yogurt, you could. I was going to say, I'm going to need you to taste that. How is it?
Guys, check that out. That is really good stuff.
It looks great. You could eat that as a meal, but I'm feeling like you need more than at least. You need a few for a meal.
As an appetizer, this is great because it's finger food. As a meal, you want to put a fork and knife to it. I ain't mad at it. If people were wondering, well, there's like raw broccoli going in there. Is it going to be cooked? Because we cut it so finely, we chopped it so finely, it's tender, it's perfectly cooked. Is there a better combination than broccoli and cheddar?
That's also another reason to chop it fine.
That's what I was saying. Yeah, that's how you cook it. That's how you cook. That's how you make sure that it's cooked.
Yep.
Guys, these are a true winner. If anyone is
is this.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay.
I hear you laughing.
He's taking absolute offense to this right now.
Well, did you hear that?
I find it hilarious.
Did you hear that noise he made?
Guys, if anyone has ever wondered, is this show live? Yeah, it is. Okay.
I want to listen to that back. That's what I heard.
And yet continues to make awful noises at it. No one asked you past this, okay?
Yeah, really winner here. I've made lassies with all sorts of different fruits. And what I like best about a lassie is that you can taste the fruit that's in it. So sometimes, like smoothies, first of all, the color gets gnarly. Let's admit it.
Yes.
It's not like what you see on Instagram. It gets brown if you're adding in like greens and blueberries.
This tastes like a dessert to me. This tastes like a milkshake. If somebody said this is a mango milkshake, I would think that's what it is.
Thanks, honey.
It's really good. It's perfectly sweetened. That maple syrup gives it such a nice flavor. That's not just sweet. It gives it a flavor.
Yeah. Thank you.
Now, guys, as a special little fun freebie, just because we love you guys, I don't know if you have seen on our Instagram story, but after our show, we host a live private stream over on our Patreon called Maddie and Kiki After Dark. Is it after dark? No, it is not. Is it completely to the time of day after the show? Yes, it is. Okay, but so it's our private live stream. We have a growing group on there. We have 24 members, proud After Darkers. But what we are doing for you guys today, anyone else who wants to come and join the fun today, we posted the stream on an Instagram story. And all you have to do is click it, and then you will be brought into our private after show.
Is this some kind of weird kinky question? TikTok is asking, what toothpaste are you using?
Why are you?
Flattering?
How is that a kinky question?
Because it's always kinky with TikTok. I'm like, are you actually just wondering? Is that supposed to be a compliment?
I think you're looking into it, pal.
Have you been on this side?
I'm glad I'm not on that side. I don't want to. TikTok's mean. I don't want to see what TikTok's saying.
I use Sensodyne to answer the question.
And HT saying, let's keep it clean today. Because on After Dark, sometimes we do get a little, we like to run our mouths on there a little bit.
We do. Hey, Saucy Russie. Nah, y'all just got real nice smiles, bro. Thanks, Saucy Russie.
Bro. Yeah,
we
so guys,
it.
Like we said, please, if you have some extra time, you're not sick of us yet, you want to come over and join us on the after show, it goes till 1:30.
Yeah. And
we just have some fun in there. Templates, get up the question, because this is the questions that we tackle on the show. These are questions that people send in anonymously. We do keep them anonymous. We don't say who sent them in. This is the question that we have today.
All right, it says, Maddie and Kiki, I've been really struggling with feeling happy lately, and you always seem to be so happy.
Wow.
You got, okay, is there rum in this, pal?
No, it says that. Look it says that. It says, lately you always seem. I'm not just saying
Who
that.
wrote that one?
To be so happy.
It's anonymous.
What's your secret? P.S. Met Hughes at Taste of the Kingway last summer. Okay.
Met Hughes, I love it. Taste of the Kingsway was not last summer, it was the summer before, but glad we met somebody who sent in a question.
Okay, she's asking, where's the link?
Okay, so HT and everybody, HT is a proud After Darker, so he has received the link. But anyone who is looking for the link, TikTok, that even goes for you, but you guys got to keep it clean, okay? You can find the link in our Instagram story. Just go over to the thing where it says Maddie and Kiki After Dark and click the link, and then you'll be right into the show.
All right. Thank you guys so much for joining us.
That was a fast one.
That
It
was.
always is.
We hope to see you guys over on Maddie and Kiki After Dark. If not, we hope you guys have a fantastic Easter long weekend, and we will see you next week, same time, same place.
Bye, BBQ family. We love you guys. Thank you for joining us.
Bye, guys.
Bye,
Happy Easter.
everybody. Mwah.